Hello friends, welcome to my channel Shohini's Guitar TV, and today I'm back with the part 2 of the guitar tutorial Learn Guitar with Me. So let's do a quick recap. On the first part we've learned about the different parts of the guitar and the mechanism of them. We have learned the names of the 6 strings. We have learned few notes on the first 3 strings, and we have also learned the basic plucking of the right hand. So without further delay, let's move on to the second part. So on the first 3 strings, we have learned notes. The first string is called E, the first fret is called F, the third fret is called G. So E, F, G on the first string. Then on the second string we have learnt the second string is called B, the first fret is C, and the third fret is D. And on the third string we have learnt 2 notes, the open string which is G and the second fret which is A. So we have learnt these few notes. So let's move forward to the next part. Let's do the notes on the fourth string. So do you remember what the fourth string was called? The fourth string is called D. And on the second fret we have E. And on the third fret we have F. Now this D, E and F is not the same as the ones on the second string and on the first string. So we have also learned one D which was on the second string, which is this, and now we are learning another D which is on the fourth string, open string D. So you can see that these two are similar in sound, but this one is an octave higher and this one is an octave lower. Similarly, the E on the fourth string, which is on the second fret of the fourth string, this is also a lower version of the E. One E was this, and now this is the second E, which is on the fourth string, which is lower than this E. So this is the higher octave E, the first string, and this is the lower octave E, which is on the fourth string. These are similar but not same. They are similar but not same. And then again the third note, this F, this is also the lower octave of this F. So if you listen to it very carefully, this is F, which is on the higher octave. This is F, which is on the lower octave. So it sounds the same, but it's not the same. So it's similar but not same. So that was the fourth string, D, second fret E, and third fret F. Then on the fourth string we have the similar finger pattern of the left hand. The fifth string was called A. Then on the second fret we will get B, and on the third fret we will get C. So now you will see that a lot of notes are getting repeated. You will think whether these notes are same or not. It's the same thing which I told earlier about the octaves. It's the similar note but not the same note. So this one, the sixth string which is A, it's the lower version of the third string A. If you are following my videos, then you will know that we have done this A in the previous part of the lessons. So this A is the higher octave and this is the lower octave. And then B. So this is also the lower octave B of B, which is on the second string. They sound same. They are similar, but they are not same. The difference is, I'm repeating again, it's the octave. This is the higher octave and this is the lower octave. And then in C, it's the lower octave of this C, the C on the second string. So I think it's getting confusing, but you have to listen to it repeatedly and implement it on your own. Then you will get a hold on everything. And let's finish off with the first string, with the sixth string, with the sixth string. So I told you in the first lesson that the first string and the sixth string are same. The difference is octave. This is octave higher, this is 2 octaves lower. So sixth string is called E, the first fret is F, and the third fret is G, just like the first string, E, F, G. So similarly, E, F, G. But G you are hearing for the third time, F also you are hearing for the third time, and E also you are hearing for the third time. But they are similar, let me tell you again, they are not same. So this is the highest octave of E. On the fourth string we got another E, which was one more octave lower, and on the sixth string is another E, which is another octave lower. So 3 E's, this, and this, and 3 F's similarly, here one on the first string, on the fourth string octave lower, and on the sixth string again another octave lower. And G also, this is the third G, this is the first one we have learned. On the first string, the higher octave, the third string G, which is another octave lower, and this G, which is one more octave lower. So 3 G's. So let's do a quick recap of all the notes that we have learned in the nut position. Let me tell you what the nut position is. Sit with a pen and paper and write down all these important points, because you are going to need them in the future. So the nut position starts from this one. This is called the nut. So that's why whatever we play in this position, it's called the nut position. From the 5th fret starts the 5th position, and from the 7th fret starts the 7th position, and so on. But this, before the 5th fret, whatever we have, it's in the nut position. So the notes in the nut position are E, F, G, B, C, D, G, A, B, E, F, A, B, C, and finishing off with E, F, G. So those were the notes in the left hand, in the nut position. So a very easy practice to memorize and remember all the notes in the nut position, it's called the chromatic scale. The chromatic scale is nothing but you start from one note, say E on the 6th string, and you reach another E, which is say E on the 1st string. So it starts from one note and ends on the similar note of another octave. But the importance of the chromatic scale is that you don't have to figure out which notes I have to play. You have to play all the notes that come in the way of from one E to another E. Like if I start from here, then F, then G, but in between F and G there's another note, and then after G there's another note. So what we have to do is we have to play all the 4 frets of all the strings until we reach from this E to this E. So we have to play all the notes, all the 4 frets. starting from E to reaching this E. Just on the third string, we will go up till the third fret and not the fourth fret. So I'm going to tell this to you clearly so that you understand. E, F, G, A, B, C, so 4 frets and then the next string open. Start from open string, fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, fret 4, then the next string open. Then on the 5th string, fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, fret 4, then open string, string 4, then fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, fret 4, then 3rd string open, then fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, then 3rd string open, then fret 1, fret 2, fret 3, fret 4, then 1st string open. So we have reached E. So that was the chromatic scale. Try it and let me know if it was useful, and if you need any specific help or you're not understanding few things, you can definitely write to me in the comment box. Okay, so till now we have learned the notes in the first position, in the nut position of all the strings, but we do not know how they look. So we have to be able to read and play instead of just play. So if we can read, write and play, then we are a complete musician or a complete guitarist if you can do all three things. That is, read the notation, write the notation and play the notation. So writing the notation will be a little difficult in the beginning, but we have to read it. We have to be able to read it and then play it. So mostly reading is very important. But what are we going to read? When we want to read a storybook, first we need to know the ABCD, the alphabets. We want to do maths, we have to know 1, 2, 3, 4, addition, subtraction, division. We have to know the material first. We have to know the numbers first. So similarly over here, we want to play any song, anything that we like. First of all, we have to know where the notes are and how to write the notes and how to read the notes. So we read notes and it's called the staff notation. The term is staff notation. So the staff notation, I'm going to give you clippings in between this video so that you can understand how the notes that you've just learned look. But in today's video, I'm going to put only for the first 3 strings, E, B and G. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So these are the notes in the first string, for which I'm going to give you clippings of how they look and how you're supposed to read them and how you're supposed to locate them, that this should be played over here and this should be played over here. So that thing is called the staff notation, which is very important. So you have to learn that, and I'm going to help you learn that by giving you small clippings in between this video. So keep following that.
Okay, so this is how a note looks, and this is how the staff notation looks. The staff notation is written on a set of 5 lines, which are called staves, S-T-A-V-E-S. The note has a black round circular part, which is called the head of the note, and a stem below it, which is called the tail of the note. The note can be written in both ways, in the straight way or upside down. It's the same. To write the notes on the first string, E, which we write in between the first and the second line, F, which we will write across the first line, and G, which we will write above the first line. The note we are going to recognize by the head of the note. The tail of the note is just there, but the head of the note is the main part by which we will understand that which note it is. Similarly, on the second string, the B we are going to write across the third line, C we are going to write in between the second and the third line, and D we are going to write across the second line. I've mentioned the numbers beside the notes so that you can understand exactly where to write the head of the notes. The head of the notes is the most important part with which you will be able to understand which note it is. The third string G and A. G is written across the fourth stave or line, and A is written in between the third and the fourth stave lines. So this is how the G and the A on the third string are written.
To wrap up today's video, I am going to teach you another of the right hand exercise. So in the last class we've learned how to do the basic rest stroke. So once you've plucked it, it goes back and rests on the next string. So this was the rest stroke. So keeping that in mind, we will do a small exercise which will strengthen all our fingers. So on the sixth string we will keep our thumb. On the third string we will keep our first finger. On the second string the second finger, and on the third string the third finger, like this. And we don't use the pinky finger, like I told you. So we will have the thumb on the sixth string, the first finger on the third string, the second finger on the second string, and the third finger on the first string. And we are going to pluck like, just pluck it and keep the finger back. Same with the with the third string. So this, third string, second string, first string, first string, second string, third string, sixth string. So what were the initials of these fingers? This was P, this is I, this is M, and this is A. So remembering that, the exercise will be P, I, M, A, P, A, M, I. So this is the exercise which you have to do very patiently, very slowly. And once you get a grip of this, then we are going to move forward. So with this technique that we learned in the previous lesson, we will be able to play the chromatic scale like this. So we will be able to play the chromatic scale with this technique that we learned in the first class. And so on. So with this technique, you will have to practice the chromatic scale, and then you have to practice this. Do try this one and let me know in the comment section if this video was useful for you. If you have any questions, definitely ask them to me in the comment section. I will try my best to help you. And thank you for watching my video. If you like the video, please share and subscribe. Hit on the bell icon to never miss a video from my channel. Thank you.